Okay, fifth graders, today is Wednesday, September 24th, and we are getting started right now with our math lesson. And today we're continuing on with Module 1, Lesson 15. Have you guys noticed that in Module 1 it ends at Lesson 16? Have you guys noticed that? So what does that mean is coming up for you guys? Your Module 1 test. And your Module 1 test will be next Tuesday. Okay, we're doing Module 1, Lesson 16 tomorrow, so technically we could take the test on Friday, or technically we could take the test on Monday, but I'm going to give you a couple days of, we're going to do a weekly check-in this Friday, and then you'll have review time on Monday, and then Tuesday will be your test. Okay, just so you know. Today our learning goal, we're continuing what we learned yesterday. We've been talking all week about dividing decimals. We use place value charts to help us, we use the standard algorithm, and today we're going to continue to practice this skill. We're using what we know about place values to divide decimals. So the question asks us to draw place value discs and then show each step on the standard algorithm, just like we did yesterday. So the problem is 0.7 divided by 4. So if I want to write this using the standard algorithm, I have to write the whole in the house, 0.7, and I have to have the divisor of 4 knocking on the door. Go ahead and set that up, and then you also need a place value chart. That will be ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Okay, our divisor is 4, right, which means we are trying to split it up into 4 equal groups. So near the bottom of your place value chart, go ahead and draw 4 equal groups. My groups did not end up being so equal. Let me try again. I think that will do. Okay, what are we starting with? 7 tenths. So let's draw 7 discs in the tenths column, just like yesterday. We want to start to divide them into the 4 groups. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cross out 4 and put 1 in each one. 1 in each group. Do I have enough discs to put one more disc in each group? No. So I'm going to record how many discs could go into each tenths place? 1. So I'm going to put 1 in the tenths place. Now in my quotient, remember, I need to put the 0 and the decimal point to show that it's 1 in the tenths. How many tenths did we cross out? How many did we use up? 4. What's 1 times 4? 4 tenths. Be careful here. Don't record it in the ones because we didn't do it in the ones. How many are left?
3.
What's 7 minus 4? 3. Brother has nothing to bring down. Do you guys see that? So is it 0.1 remainder 3? No, because these 3 they get regrouped to become what?
Hundreds.
But how many hundreds?
30.
Okay, go ahead and draw them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, now we can do the same thing. But hold on. Before we start sharing them into the 4 groups, how do I show that it's 30 hundredths? Where does the 0, in order for this 3 to become 30 hundredths, it needs to have a 0. Where does the 0 come from? Could I put a 0 here? Does 0.70 have the same value as 0.7?
Yes.
What about another 0? Another 0?
Yes.
How many zeros could I add there at the end without changing the value?
Infinity.
As many as I want. So that's what Brother is bringing down. When he regroups those 3 tenths to become 3 hundredths, he's really bringing down a 0 that could have been there all along. Do you agree? Okay, now let's share them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one group of 4. Draw one disc into each group. Another group of 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another group of 4. And we'll continue this until we run out of groups of 4. How many groups of 4 could we put into each group? 7. Okay, and it's 7 in the what's place? So let's record a 7 in the hundredths place. How many did we use up? I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to 28, because 4 groups of 7, or 7 groups of 4, I should say, because there are 7 groups of 4, right, is equal to 28. How many were left over? How many hundredths were left over? 2. 1, 2. Because 30 minus 28 is 2. We know that those 2 can be regrouped to become 20 thousandths. Go ahead and draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Brother can show that by bringing down, it's all like there was another 0 there all along, right? I could bring that down and it becomes 20. How many times could Brother bring down zeros? Yeah, forever. Luckily he doesn't need to. We can see by math facts 4 goes into 20, right? Because I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. until I run out. And because we know our math facts, will I have any left over?
No.
How many will be able to go into each group?
5.
Good. 5 whats?
1,000.
5 thousands. And then how many did we use up?
20.
All 20, because 5 times 4 is 20. How many were left over?
0.
0, because we had 20 and we used up all 20. So now, this represents your quotient. One group represents your quotient. 1/10, 700ths, and 5 thousandths. In standard form, we could write 0.175. How do I say 0.175 in word form? Ikaksh?
0 and 175,000.
0 and 175 thousandths. Great. How could I say that using unit form? Jonah?
175,000.
175 thousandths. Good. Most people will just say 0.175. That's the lazy way. It's not word form. It's not standard form. It's not expanded form. It's really not any form. It's lazy American speaking form.